What's up, YouTubers? It's your girl QueenKatazia, and I'm back with another YouTube video. Today I am at Eden Park, and this is one of the parks I come to quite often to have my daily devotion and to just be in nature. So I want to do a story time, and it is going to be about Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. I hope I'm saying their names right. If you don't know what this story is about, or if you do, here I go. All right. So Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego was appointed 3 administrators in Babylon. During this time, the king was Nebuchadnezzar, and King Nebuchadnezzar had made this order to have a gold statue built in Babylon in the province of Dura. So this golden statue was 6 cubit feet high and 6 cubit feet wide. And he ordered the leading group, he ordered the governors, the prefects, the counselors, treasurers, judges, magistrates, and all the officials of the province to be summoned to the dedication of the statue, including everyone and anyone else. So everybody. He instructed them that they are required, when they hear the sounds of the trumpet, the flute, the lyre, harp, psaltery, bagpipe, and all other instruments, musical instruments, they are ordered to fall down and worship the golden statue. All right. So once these sounds all went off, everyone bowed down except for these 3 kings, 3 administrators, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. And the hating guys, the hating parties observed this, and they went back and told the king. So it says here in Daniel chapter 3, verse 8, it says, "O king, live forever. O king, you issue a decree that everyone who heard the sound of the trumpet, flute, lyre, harp, psaltery, bagpipe, and all the other musical instruments shall fall down and worship the golden statue. Whoever did not was to be cast in the white hot furnace." Okay, so that's the other part of the deal. So if you refuse, which they did, you were ordered to be thrown in a hot furnace-y fire. All right. So there was a certain Jews whom you have made administrators of the province of Babylon, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. These men, O king, have paid no attention to you, meaning that while everybody bowing down, they just standing there like, they said, the hell we're worshiping the gold statue. Come on now. So I always say, this is one of my favorite stories. If I was born back then, God knew I wasn't bowing down. I'm so set in stone, determined, and I would have been right with them. So Nebuchadnezzar flew into a rage. I'm on chapter 13. So this is the Bible I'm reading from is a St. Joseph edition, so it may be a little different from yours. Where I'm at, verse 13. Nebuchadnezzar flew into a rage and sent for Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who were promptly brought before the king. All right, so now he done brought, they snitched on him. Now they're in front of the king, and basically the king gonna, test what was being told to them by asking them, and they gonna stand their ground and keep it real and be loyal to God and say exactly what any Christian follower, believer and only worship God will say. So King Nebuchadnezzar questioned them, "Is it true, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, that you will not serve my God or worship the golden statue that I set up? Be ready now to fall down and worship the statue I have made. Whenever you hear the sounds of the trumpet, flute, lyre, harp, psaltery, bagpipe, and all the other musical instruments. Otherwise, you shall be instantly cast into the white hot furnace. And who is God that can? And who is the God that can deliver you out of my hands? Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego answered King Nebuchadnezzar, "There is no need for us to defend ourselves before you in this manner. If our God, whom we serve, can save us from the white hot furnace fire and from your hands, O King, may he save us." Confidence, baby. So they had mad confidence and belief in God. O King, may he save us. But even if he will not, know, O King, that we will not serve your God or worship the golden statue which you have set up. Hey, this pissed him off. I mean, big time. But I love it because I would have been the same way if I was in this story. Nebuchadnezzar's face became veil and utterly rage against Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego. So he's pissed. He's highly pissed off right now. So what he do? He ordered his soldiers, and not just any soldiers. I mean the most strongest soldiers in his pack, to go take them, and throw them in the furnace. And then he wanted them to turn it up 7 times hotter than normal. Okay. He ordered the furnace to be heated 7 times more than the usual and had some of his strongest men in the army bind Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego and cast them into the white hot furnace. They were bound and cast into the white hot furnace with their coats, hats, shoes, and other garments, for the king's order was urgent. So a huge fire was kindled in the furnace that the flames devoured the man who threw Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego in it. So this fire was so damn hot that it immediately burned the guards, the soldiers up who threw them in the damn fire. They already dead. So they walked about in the flames, singing to God and blessed the Lord. And from there, they kind of started to, the few people who was around started to walk away. And then the king, he heard them singing, and he seen them alive. And King Nebuchadnezzar rose in haste and asked his nobles, like, "Did we not cast 3 men bound into the fire?" "Surely, O king," they answered. But he replied, "I see 4 men offered and unhurt walking in the fire, and that 4th looked like a son of God." Oh man. So the guards died immediately, but King Nebuchadnezzar knew that his guards put 3 men in there, but he seen 3 figures, and then a godly, a spiritual figure, and that was God of man. Then Nebuchadnezzar came to the opening of the white hot furnace fire and called Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, "Servants of the Most High God, come out." Thereupon Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego came out of the fire. When the Sarp, prefects, governors, and nobles of the king came together, they saw that the fire had no power over the bodies of these men. Not a hair on their head or their chin was touched. Don't say that. Nor were their garments altered. There was not even a smell of fire about them. Nebuchadnezzar exclaimed, "Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who sent his angel to deliver the servants that trusted in him." They stood on what they believed in, and they were confident and believed that God was going to save them. Even if they didn't, y'all heard. Even if God didn't show up them, they still wasn't going to worship him. They still wasn't going to bow down to that damn statue. They was set in stone. They made that very clear. Where I'm at. there was not even a small smell of fire about them. Nebuchadnezzar exclaimed, "Blessed be the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, who sent his angels to deliver the servants and trust in him. They disobey the royal commands and yield their bodies rather than serve or worship any god except their own. Therefore I declare for the nations of people of every language that whoever blemished that the God of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego shall be cut to pieces, and his house destroyed, for there is no other God who can rescue like this." Then the king promoted Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego into the province of Babylon. So that's Daniel chapter 3. Like I said, my Bible is very different because it's a St. Joseph edition. I got this from the thrift store, and I like the medium-sized print. So this story teaches me about faith and loyalty and how to continue through the storm, even if this a negative spirit or Satan trying to put doubt in your mind and heart. You got to hold on to faith, and you got to stick to what you believe in, especially Jesus Christ himself. It didn't matter if they died. They were still willing to ride and be loyal to who they serve and believe in over everything and anybody, even the king. As you've seen, the leading group, like people who was in higher ranking than them, was bowing down to this gold statue, was worshiping King Nebuchadnezzar, but Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego refused. And another important thing about this story is the faith that they had in God. And even if God did show up for them in that fire, in which Jesus Christ always is in the midst of the fire, he tells us, don't run from it, don't hide from it, go through it, because he will help us through it. Any situation that I have been through, God has always been in the midst of it. And I remember I was telling a friend some years ago, she was going through some things, and I told her, I had just got done reading a Joyce Meyer book, and I remember within the book it was somewhere, and it was explaining, don't run from it, don't hide from it, just go through it, just go through it. You can't run to go through it, and Jesus is always going to be there with you, helping you through it. And I love the fact that Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, they were just so loyal. That is just, it gives me an amazing spirit in my heart. And I think because I am so loyal, and I probably I know I would have done the same thing if I was born during that time, if I was in that event of timing of those things occurring in Babylon. I know who I am, and I would have been in that fire. I would have been in that furnace with them and Jesus. So yeah, I hope you enjoy this story time of Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego, the three loyal kings who refused to bow down and worship the golden statue and was ordered to be thrown in a hot furnace fire to die, but they didn't. And their loyalty and dedication and disobedience to the king's ruling ultimately led them to leading people out of believing in a false God into believing into the real, true God. Well, it's Sunday, July 9th, and I hope you'll have an amazing day. Bye.